another episode of Harvest TV. This week we're talking about how to enhance your devotional time, your moment with God. And I just want to give you a few tips just to help you go deeper in your time with God, have more fun in your time with God, and glean even more than you possibly have been already. So let's just talk about the first one. The first one is you want to set a place every day that you're going to engage in your devotional time. I know the bed is comfortable, but that is not the place. I've tried. It doesn't work. So you want a place that's clean. You want a place that's clear, that you can get away and spend some intentional time with God. Then the second thing is this. You want to make sure you set a time. You don't want to just, it's time for devotion. I've done that. It doesn't work. You want to make sure that you're saying, okay, when I wake up, the first thing I'm going to do, the first 30 minutes of my day, I'm going to devote it to my devotional time in my set place. It's best to do your devotional in the morning. And one of the things we realize is that whatever you do first, it sets the tone for the rest of the day. So when you set your moments in your devotional time in the morning, I believe it aligns the rest of your day. So you want to have a set time and you want to have a set place. Now, let me just tell you, the third thing is you want to plan for your devotional. So you don't want to just go into the devotional like, I don't know what I'm going to read about. I don't know what I'm going to focus on. You want to go into it like, okay, today we're dealing with joy. One of the reasons is because you will actually waste time trying to figure out what you're going to read or what you want to study, and you will miss the moment that you have allotted for your devotional time. So you want to go in with a plan. Okay, we're just going down. So you want to set time, you want to set place, and you want to go in with a plan. One more thing that you want to do, you can use devotionals of your choice. You can find a devotional that particularly interests you, or you can do a self-guided or self-directed devotional. So I'm going to be focusing on the self-guided devotional. So if you're doing a self-guided devotional, you want to find a scripture. So you may want to do it topical. You want to say, okay, today or this week, I want to focus on joy, right? So then you want to go ahead and find some scriptures about joy and break it up within 5 days. Generally, Monday through Friday is a good time, okay? So you want to break it up. 5 scriptures about joy. Now, if you want to challenge yourself, you would want to even memorize one of those scriptures being one of your focus scriptures for the week. So now you're starting to say, okay, I want to deal with joy. I found 5 scriptures about joy, and I'm going to break them down. Now, when you find those scriptures, it's important to understand context. So you don't just want to read the scripture. You want to read the story in which the scripture is put, because now that helps you understand it even more with even more depth. Okay, so now you choose the scripture, you memorize it, right? And after you looked for the meaning, and after you saw, like, okay, what does this mean for me? Then you go to the second step, and that is actually writing down your reflection. Why do I have to write it if I just pondered on it? Because it's a skill set of repetition. The more times you write, the more times you say, the more times you repeat something, the greater chance it is to be etched in your heart, etched in your spirit. So after you read the scripture, after you spent some time with God, after you discerned what that scripture means for you, then you go ahead and you journal that scripture, right? And you go ahead and, this is what I want to do. So after you're journaling how that scripture speaks to you, the next thing you want to do, now this is the best part, you want to challenge yourself. You want to write a goal for your day that uses the scripture or utilizes the scripture you just read. So if I'm reading about joy, the goal that I could write about that could be, well, today I want to find ways to have joy in moments that I would not have normally had it. So you challenge yourself, so when you come away from this moment, you're not just coming away empty, but you're coming away carrying that throughout the day. Okay, now you walk through your day, you live your day, and guess what? That night, you come back to the devotional. Why? Because repetition is our skill set, right? You come back to the devotional and you glean and you say and you ponder and you reflect. Did I meet the goal that I set for myself based upon my devotional time? And once you do that, that's another moment of reflection. That's another moment of prayer. So, okay, you go to sleep, you rest. We wake up, it's time for another devotional moment. So before you engage in the next devotional moment for the, watch this, for the fifth time at this point, fourth time, you consider the devotion from the next day so you know where you're picking up. This is another moment of repetition. Repetition is our friend, right? So now you say to yourself, okay, well, Pastor, I'm gleaning some things out of it. What can I do? I would tell you to pick topics that you like. Pick topics that are interesting to you. Pick topics that you've always wanted to explore. Your devotion time can be fun. It doesn't have to be a chore that you just check off. Oh, I did my devotion. Oh, I prayed. But no, another way that you can intentionally work your devotional time is during your prayer, have prayer points. Things that, hey, I'm going to pray for this tomorrow. I'm going to pray for this week. And then I'll be able to go back to that prayer point and say, hey, oh my God, this happened. Oh, that's another mark. God did it. And check those moments off. It brings excitement. It brings challenge to your devotion time. Now, I know the question is, well, Pastor Bill, can I do my devotion with friends? Now, I do believe there is strength in numbers, and I do believe doing your devotional time with others brings about accountability. It brings about just some fun about the thing. But the truth of the matter is that you want to leave the majority of your devotion time between you and God. And the portion that you would share with your friends would be your reflection, your journaling about what you gained in the privacy with God. I know we always talk about, hey, did you do your devotion? But what does that really mean? So today, I just wanted to give you a few tips on what you can do to enhance your devotional time. And I promise you, when you enhance your devotional time, it changes the trajectory of your life. It changes everything about your studying. I know studying can be boring. I know reading can be mundane. Yes, I know. But when you get in the habit of devotional time, it sets you up for strength, and it sets you up for success, and it sets you up for victory. So this is another episode of Harvest TV. I wanted to share with you how to enhance your devotional time. God bless you.